Okay, are you sitting down? I got breaking news for you. This is something I learned it on the internet just last night. U.S. companies are in business to make money. You can write that down, you heard it here first. They're in business to make money. Most specifically, they're in business to make money for their shareholders. Now, typically, the companies in the United States also want to be good corporate citizens. They want to make their suppliers, customers, employees, the communities they work in, they want to make a positive impact as much as possible. But sometimes things happen and they have to kind of refocus their efforts. For example, in an economic downturn, companies sometimes need to lay off employees in order to just survive and stay in business. Now, this is clearly not good for employees, but it is the right decision for the company. Sometimes a company will say that, or find out that they can manufacture and import goods from overseas in a much cheaper rate. This is clearly good for the company, maybe not so good for the company's employees, maybe also not as good for the company's suppliers. How about this? What happens when a company looks at their tax bill at the end of the year and says, we could pay a whole lot less tax if we were incorporated in another country? This brings up a whole host of problems. But the fact is, the top US marginal tax rate is 35%. Now, the problem is our tax rate is really complicated. And so if we look at the effective tax rates companies pay, it's closer to 17%. But that still can't match the rates that companies will pay in places like Bermuda or Ireland. And so many companies, and you can see a list here, many companies have elected to keep their headquarters inside the United States, but actually move their tax residence offshore. Now, this caused quite a bit of concern because these companies have, in effect, renounced their US citizenship, but they still take advantage of US laws and US court systems and things of that sort. Recently, Walgreens went through a process where they were considering inversion, which is a process of moving their tax base. They got shot down. They were really pressured by politicians. So what happened was they announced about 2 weeks ago they were going to stay in Chicago, Illinois with their tax residence and their operations. What happened was in the next 2 days, their stock price dropped 20%. Paolo, Sunita, what's the right thing for them to do?
Stay in the U.S. That's a patriotic thing to do.
Yeah. The answer is clear as day.
Go USA.
Go USA.
Thanks for that, Bob.